Welcome back to this Let's Play of Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic 2. Last time, we found out that, well, there's a bounty on Jedi, most of the Jedi are dead, and that, well, we're kind of special now, and people want to see us. Specifically the Exchange, which, if you're not familiar with Star Wars lore, is basically the Mafia. Anyway, we're here interrogating Atten, and let's trying to figure out what happened with this facility.
The miners can't all be gone. But if they are... Look, hey, let me out and I can help you. I can. I've gotten out of trouble countless times.
And gotten into trouble countless times, apparently. Anyway, we can use some persuade on him.
This facility isn't a military installation, which means we may have a chance. You shut down this self-security field and I can reroute the emergency system so we can get to the hangars. We grab a ship and then we fly out of here.
Okay, let's do it.
Great. Now to business. Let's get to the command console. Alright, here we are. Now this console is set on automatic hail. You may have heard it when you came in. The asteroid drift charts are constantly being updated, so it sends out a transmission to incoming vessels so they don't get crushed into space dust. The hail warns them to keep their distance until orbital drift charts are transmitted, and then provides docking instructions to incoming ships, usually freighters. Thing is, you can bounce that same transmission back to the comm here. Suddenly you've got access to the communication system from the inside. Pure pizzazz. The console's ours. Now, all we need to do is reactivate the turbo lifts, cancel the emergency lockdown, and hey!
Is that a dance or something? Anyway, ask him what's wrong.
This system's been severed from the main hub, after it was locked down from remote. You can't even reroute the system, it's been cut clean.
Okay, well that's not standard procedure.
No, someone tried to lock down this whole level tight, and leave us here, trapped.
Okay, well, what can we do?
I doubt it. All we have is communications back. For all the good trying to shout in a vacuum will do us.
Alright, well, let's see if we can find someone on the comm.
Be my guest. Not much else we can do. The comm's all yours.
Okay. Now, there are some other things you can do here, but I'm not going to bother with them. We want to call Hangar Bay 25. And there's a response. Okay, that's T3M4, who's currently swearing at us for letting him get shot at. Either that he was just... I don't know what he says. Apparently your character can understand these droid speak. I'll try to translate it somewhat just so you can get a sense of it, because I'm assuming that you can't read the dialogue options all that well. Frankly, I think he's just being censored because he was implying bad things about my parents in that last comment, in addition to explaining that he's still alive. Okay, and that was just kind of dirty, but, well, we'll ignore that for now. And we'll just give him an order to unlock the turbo lifts. And he explains that he does not have the functionality of Fisto the robot, but we'll get back. I'm going to have a little talking to with T3M4 when we finally get him back in the party, because he needs to have his dialogue improved. I mean, he's getting censored all the time. Anyway. Put some soap in your mouth and wash out those dirty words. And, get to it, whatever you're planning on doing. Alright, now we're controlling our foul-mouthed little droid. T3M4 is the only droid that you will get in your party by default. He's not super useful, but he does have very good skills. He has high intelligence and high skills in a lot of things, so he can get things done. even if combat's not really his specialty. He does have one thing that makes the early game really easy, though. This droid shock arm. The droid arm, and you know, I picked up another one as well. These droid power things they work like force powers. This particular one just does a little bit of shock damage. It's not super powerful, and it caps out at 10d6 damage. It's 1d6 per level. But at this point in the game, that it hits automatically and does decent damage makes it extremely powerful. I can just walk around blowing away enemies. Also, some of these enemies start using shields later, and their shields only block energy damage, not electricity damage. So he's quite powerful for this first area, even though, sort of long-term, he's not a combat powerhouse. I just went down the lift there. The skills that he has, for now, really, that matter, are computer use. You see he already has a rank of 10 in it. And security. Security and also demolitions, which controls disarming mines, give you XP based on the amount of skill you have, not based on the difficulty of the item. So it's, you know, it's good to have lots of skill. And we'll just go around. I probably won't edit out of these fights just because they're fairly short. He also will find some of these items are automatic. This droid ion striker is also like the there's an ion blast there as well. Is like the shock arm in that it always hits, and actually it does constant damage. It's actually fairly good. The way items with charges work in this game is that they are infinitely valuable until they run out of charges, at which point they are worthless and they disappear out of your inventory. So there's really no reason not to use the first 9 charges off of that. As I mentioned, some of them start using shields. So we can drive up here, and this droid ion striker is ready. Unfortunately, it looks like those shields do block ion, so I guess I'm going to stick with the shotgun. Oh well. Actually, the ion charge thing only does 20 damage versus, let's see, T3M4 is currently level 3, so 3d6 versus 10? I don't know. Anyway, the main thing we got by going down there is these mines. And like in the prologue, we can use mines to blow open doors. The loot in this game is largely random. Not 100% of the time, but usually. And so the items you find here are, you know, you could get a different thing every single time you play the game. And I'm not going to... There are ways you can reload, and it's not exactly clear to me when you have to reload from to get the inventory to be different. I'm not going to really work on that too much. I'm just going to let it, you know, take what I get. And I might do some reloading to make sure that I can buy useful things at shops. But other than that, I'm not going to abuse that too much. We can go up there, but there's actually not much to do. So, I guess I need to go up to the console to unlock it. The repair kits that I'm picking up are like med packs for droids. They're pretty useless, actually. I'm probably going to break them all down when I finally get to 20 repair skill. So, and you can repair the system. Now, you can access the hangar bay layout for a spike, and I'm not going to bother to do that. It does give you some XP. But we can run the emergency controls and see what's going on. And let's see if we can open the blast door to the hangar. And it fails, so let's see if we can open the door to the fuel depot. Okay, well at least we can get through that door. We'll have to leave that for next time though, so see you next in the episode of Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic 2.